Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk to you about the future of epic games in X-Wing. So I've been playing a little bit of epic X-Wing lately, and I've come to realize that it's very rare for some people. A lot of people don't play epic, a lot of people don't have any huge ships, and it just seems like there's hardly any epic tournaments, at least around my area, and I'm curious if you guys are seeing a lot of epic events or any epic games going on. And it seems like everything is kind of centered around the typical 100-point dogfights, and it seems like epic hardly gets any play. And I wonder if a lot of the people who wanted to play epic have kind of gravitated towards Armada because Armada kind of scratches that same itch. So but I think there is a future for epic because we have already seen the Crabbok is coming out hopefully very soon, and we also are left with the question, what's coming out after that? Some people think that's it for X-Wing's epic format. Some people think the Crabbok is the last ship, as evidenced because Jabba the Hutt is on the Crabbok. I personally think there's going to be another ship, but I get the criticisms that this is it, because usually the big named crew will be on the second release, or on the Corvette style ship, and that's certainly not what happened here. And we're not getting a Corvette style ship. We're getting more of the Gazanti, or the smaller style ship here, and people are expecting more of an attack cruiser, more of a multi-attack ship. So if we're not going to see that, then, is this the end of epic? I don't think so. I think we're going to see another ship. I think there's plenty of options in the canon right now, and some stuff outside of the canon. Like, could see, we've seen Hutt type ships like the Star Jewel that could potentially show up. I would love to see the action transport Talon card show up with the wild card. I think that would be a fantastic option. But I think it's also likely that we might see something all new. And maybe they're holding out for something to either show up in Rebels or maybe in the Han Solo movie, because it can be a while yet. We may not get another Scum epic ship for a year or two. And I think the Han Solo movie is the perfect launching point to show you some more large ships from the Scum and Villainy faction. I expect Han Solo to focus largely on the Scum and Villainy faction. So I think that's maybe something they're holding out for, and that would definitely be a launching point for the new, Corvette style ship for Scum. And going forward from there, if we were to even see more than 2 per faction, which many also think if we get a second Scum ship, then that's definitely it. I think there's even a possible future beyond that, but it really depends on the popularity of epic. And so if you are for this, then I think what you may have to do is you may have to try to push to get more epic events. Try to schedule epic games in your area. Try to challenge other people to epic formats. You bought these huge ships, you might as well use them. Go even beyond the 300-point limit. Go 400, 500, 600 points. Do something crazy. Why not, right? So I think that's something you may have to do. If the Imperials were to get another ship, it's harder for them because they have fewer ships that are in that size category. Now, we did just see one recently. We saw a listening ship, kind of modeled after the Gazanti, might be a little larger than a Gazanti. So that's another option that we could definitely get, and it was just canonized in Rebels. But could they go bigger? One reason I think they might be able to go bigger is that, if you remember a while back, Space Rocks was making Nebulon Bs. And they got a cease and desist order from Disney to stop making them. And I wonder if that couldn't have been maybe the groundwork for, or an indication that they were going to at least pursue, or at least consider pursuing, making their own Nebulon. So if we're getting into that large of a scale, would you even consider something like that? And for the Empire, it's clear they have the light cruiser. The Architans would be, perfect for a very large ship that still could fit on the X-Wing table. I think it would be beautiful. I think it would be very, very big too, so you might, not everybody would really want one. It would probably be expensive. It would probably be over $100. But personally, I'm okay with that. I love having the option because, you can always get it when it goes on sale. Or at least if somebody in your play group has one, you get to see this beautiful big ship. And I mean, who doesn't like giant, nasty, huge miniatures on your table? It just kind of makes your X-Wings and your swarm, your fleet seem that more impressive, I think, when you see that out on the table. So I would love to see some much larger ships. I'm curious what you guys think. For the Rebels, it's very clear. They have a ton of options on what they could add for Epic without having to go that big. They have the Hammerhead, which just got announced for Armada and was seen in Star Wars Rebels, was also seen in Rogue One. So the Hammerhead is definitely firmly in canon now. But also the Dornian gunships were seen in Rogue One. They're also from the original movies, but they're also in, or from Return of the Jedi, but they're also going to be in Rebels. We've seen them there, at least in the preview. And that episode hasn't launched yet, but we know it's coming. So the Dornian gunship is all over the place as well. That's another option that could show up. But we could also go with the Nebulon B if we want to go a little bit bigger. And I think we certainly do, because a lot of you who are watching this have probably already seen or played a game with a Nebulon B and know that it does work in X-Wing. Yes, it's a little bit of a sliding scale. It's kind of that half as big as it actually should be, but it still works. It's close enough. It still works. It's big and beautiful. And it's a game that if somebody walks past your table and sees you playing it, and they're like, whoa, what is that? And I think a lot of people would still buy these as collectors. I mean, look how many people buy models. Look how many people are out there selling, Star Destroyer models that are out of print on eBay for hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and you can't even play with those. There's a huge market just for high quality miniatures, and that's what Fantasy Flight makes. They make fantastic miniatures. So even if the gameplay wasn't there, I think there's still a market for people who are going to buy this stuff. And we see it in Armada too. A lot of people will buy the pieces just to have the miniatures. And some people do the same thing for X-Wing. People buy them just because they're amazing looking. I remember when I first saw the Millennium Falcon years and years ago, when I first got into X-Wing, I was blown away with how good it looked. And that's one of the things that drew me into the game. And so I think having beautiful game pieces really helps draw people in, and that might be a great move. But I kind of want to hear what you think. Do you think they'll go large, like very, very large, beyond the the size that we've already seen? And if so, or if not, do you think it's because of huge or epic games really not getting the traction that they might need? So my big question for you is, what would make huge ships great again? Would it be maybe something like how the Gazanti gave ordnance tubes to all these ships to make them, to make the huge ships better? Do we need more huge ship only upgrades that would be substantially better? Or do maybe we need something like an upgrade that says that can go on any ship that says if you have, X number of epic points in your fleet, you get some type of bonus. Perhaps once per round you can add attack dice to a ship equal to the number of epic points in your fleet. Which, I mean, now granted, that sounds like it could be overpowered, but people aren't really, if you're going to play epic, it's just not typically efficient to bring a bunch of epic ships because they can be killed so easily, and you can really lose like 100, 200 points just like that. So typically in a 300-point game, if somebody's trying to win, they're going to have a whole bunch of small ships, maybe a whole bunch of TLTs, and that guaranteed damage. And what's it going to take to make huge ships better and make you want to take huge ships, maybe even 2 huge ships in an epic tournament or in a competitive setting? Personally, I like to bring them anyway because I like the thematic and I like the look of it, but I want to hear what you think, guys. So if you haven't already please subscribe to get more stuff like this. Check out Crabbok.com. I recently launched, and you can see more ideas, and we can hang out over there. We've got message boards. And please like and leave a comment and let me know what you think, guys. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.